up? What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Shay Johnson here, and this is The Raw Heavy Truth. We have an amazing show for you today, and it's my girl. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome my friend, Miss B. Welcome, Miss B.
Hi, Shay.
Hi, friend. This is my
What's
actual
going on?
friend, you
We
guys.
are real friends.
Like real friends. Like we
not
talk.
TV friends.
Not TV friends. We're real friends. And what you don't know about my girl, she's been doing it in Florida for years. She has her own bail bondsman company. She's a top bail bondsman here in Florida. She's worked with everybody, celebrities, non-celebrities, anybody you can. She probably worked with somebody sitting right next to you. She's been in the game for years, and I am here to say I'm so proud of you, friend.
Thank you.
You've been getting it.
Well, I own a bail bonds company,
Okay.
and I started small. I originally come out of the strip club. I was in the strip club for 20 years. Was dating a few guys that always went to jail. Ended up marrying one that, got a big bond, was $500,000. And I got cool with the bonds lady, who's still my friend till this day.
Really?
And yeah, I had to pay that bond off. She let me pay it off. She trusted me. And then I used to refer her a lot of bonds, because she would knock shit off my tab.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. And yeah, so she was always like, B, you should get your license. You should get your license. And I was like, huh? I was getting money every day. I mean, I was in the
I meant
club
to ask you because I'm like, B, you didn't even have to go to the strip club. Most people go to the strip club as a hustle because it's, pretty much easy money. You know what I mean? But you went just because you wanted to have some fun and do something different.
Yeah.
Meaning, my friend comes from money. You can kind of say she's a trust baby. She comes from money. Her family has money. They've always had money. They're very, very successful, very well known in the community. And my question is, why did you go to a strip club?
My dad actually was the mayor for Monroe County. My parents are very successful. They're business people. And my whole life, they've been good to me. I have an education. But when I got older, they didn't, we had some disagreements, and I was very strong-minded. And I wanted to do things that they didn't agree with.
Okay.
They're very conservative. So they kind of cut me off. And I said, okay, well, I'm cute. You guys cut me off. I'm used to this lifestyle. So guess what? Actually, listen, I was in college, and my homegirls used to have me babysit their kid. And one day the kid got sick, and I'm calling their job, and it was a strip club. And I was like, what? And then I didn't know they were stripping. And then they didn't tell me. And then they were like, and I was like, well, why y'all ain't ever put me on? Like, I need money
Lord.
too. So yeah, and that's how it started back in the day. But then I evolved. I even owned my own strip club at a certain point.
Wait, say that again. You owned your own. See, I already know all
owned.
this information. I'm just making sure y'all heard what my friend said. She was dancing and making her money, but she became a businesswoman, and she turned around and bought her own strip club. Tell us
Right.
a little bit about that.
I bought my own strip club. It's a very tough business. It's definitely, once again, I'm always in a man's world, right?
Yeah.
Because bonds is a man's world too, kind of.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had it for 5-6 years. It was very difficult, and I decided to go back to the strip club because my lease was up. It was just too many things going on, and like every business has a lifespan.
True.
And I respect strip club owners because dealing with so many different things, it was really hard. When I actually got the club, I fought for it so hard. The first day I got it, I sat in the club with the lights off, and I said, oh, fuck. What do I do now? Who do I hire? And what I do? I hired all my friends. I thought, all my homegirls, they all used to dance with me, and people that big mistake. It was kind of like chaotic, but I learned like that business really got me ready for this business because I went back to the strip club because my dad told me, save your money. Don't jump from one thing to the next. Not a good thing to do. You don't, take a break. And I was like, okay, well, you're going to be pissed at me because my break going to be back in the strip club.
Well, I have a quick question for you because working in a strip club, that is a very dominant industry, dominated by male.
Yeah.
So the women are always majority are the ones stripping in the strip club, and the men are the one owning the clubs, the actual business part of it. So as a woman in that business, was it hard to tap into your soft side, or did you always have to be aggressive and dominant?
I think that it did make me aggressive and dominant, but I have that demeanor. I think I've always had that demeanor. I'm a Capricorn, so I've always been headstrong. I know what I want, and I give that out. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of like, it actually, since we're talking about it, it broke up my relationship at the time with the father of my kids.
Why? Was it because he was jealous?
It was because he was a 9 to 5er, like I was before too. 9 to 5, I worked. I had a
Nothing wrong
schedule.
with that, honey.
Nothing wrong with that. But he just didn't understand. He didn't understand what came with it because honestly, I didn't even understand. I just wanted a business.
Yeah.
And sometimes we rush into things and we don't understand that there's so many things that we don't know. And it's, that's why a lot of people don't make it in their businesses. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't try. You should keep trying,
Right.
because that's what I did.
Yeah.
But you go through a lot of stuff, and he couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle me being,
were you the
dealing with that type of
breadwinner in
stuff.
the relationship? Because
Yes,
that
I became.
we became.
So
the-
my
okay,
ex, he
yeah.
is a lineman for a power company. And, they make a lot of money. They make good
Yeah.
money. They're the guys that are in the high power lines.
Right,
And he
yeah, I
became
know.
actually a foreman. So he was a boss. He made great money. But I started making more than him.
And that
then I
became a
was like,
problem.
well, I got to do this. And he was like, well, what do you mean you got to do this? Like, we're doing this. And I'm like, well, no, I can't do this right now. Like, I wouldn't be able to show up for certain things,
But that's the whole point. How can you be soft in a situation like that when you're the dominant one in the family, in the relationship? You're the one that
learned-
make majority of the money. So most of the time, who makes the money makes the decisions.
But I learned through that experience because
Mm-hmm.
I did kind of lose my family. There were other reasons too.
Yeah.
But we broke up. We had 3 kids that we were raising together. So that
Yeah.
was a thing that wasn't so, it wasn't a good thing for me at the time. So now I've learned to be more, change my tone a little bit, be more, once you get comfortable in your own skin and you already know what it is, like, you don't have to wear the big chain. You don't have to wear the this.
Come
you
on
don't have
now.
to flaunt the money no more. People
Yeah.
already know who you are. You walk in a room, I know what my bank account says. I don't care
Exactly.
who's got on a bigger chain.
That's
than me.
how I
It's the
move.
same in a relationship, you know?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. When you're with somebody, it doesn't matter. You should all, I try to make it work in the sense that I give people, whoever I would be with or who I was with. Now I'm not with anybody.
Yeah, me
But
neither.
Who
We
I
know
was,
that.
yeah, I
We're
know.
both
Didn't work
single.
out. That didn't work out for
Yeah.
other reasons. But, let them also have a say-so in things and not always do that overpowering thing that I do.
I felt
I do
the
it.
thing is, at least you're taking accountability.
I do it.
You know what I mean? I do it too, but I feel like I was forced to do it. I had a baby with someone who doesn't contribute, so I have to be the masculine one and the feminine one in the situation when I'm mommy. If I ever get into another relationship, I feel I would naturally be masculine because of what I've dealt with in the past. So
Absolutely.
I
But
don't
if you
a
have somebody that
choice.
doesn't contribute at all, then you have every right to. I'm assuming, in my future,
Yeah.
I think that my picker also was broken because once I started being successful, a lot of people flock to you. So I was like, you can't like everybody back that likes you, and you can't let anybody in your space. So you have to fix yourself your picker. You have to decide what you want, who you want to be with, what they have to bring to the table, what you're comfortable with. But they got to bring something.
Of course, but
Even if it's not money, they got to bring something.
friend, I'll just throw it out there. You're a multimillionaire. You make a lot of money. We both make great money. How do you find someone that you feel like is not going to use you? And it's almost like the last situation. I felt like he was intimidated because I made more money. And I'm like, I'm tired of patting you on the back. I don't feel like
Right.
building a bear no more. I don't want to build a bear.
Right.
I want the bear to be already built. You feel me, friend?
Right. No, I feel you. I feel the same way. But unfortunately, I can't even give you an answer to that because that's why I'm in the damn position that I'm in. Everybody freaking, it's always, you know what it is?
I
It's
know.
from my past, I'm Bianca. People,
Yep.
Bianca and her money. I
Yep.
promise you, every third conversation with anybody is, can you this, that? They always want something. But let me tell you something. When I
Girl.
was the stripper in the strip club and everybody was talking shit about me because my dad was the multimillionaire mayor and people would come in the club and see me. I come from a small town. A small town, 80,000 people in a county. The town, I don't know, maybe 30.
Yeah.
Everybody knew I was a stripper. Nobody gave a fuck about me. Everybody was talking shit. Didn't matter how much money. Oh yeah, she got a bench, but she a stripper. I stripper hoe, stripper this, stripper
Now
that.
you the biggest
And now-
Bells bonds here in Florida. Now what are they saying, friend?
Now everybody wants to jump in the car when it's rolling.
When it's rolling. I got a question about being a Bill Bonds. I want to know, but as far as celebrities, has there been a situation where you had to bond them out and they didn't give you your money back?
You know I told you about that.
It's
You
been
know I
we're not
told
gonna narrow
you.
it down. We're not saying no
Girl.
names,
No.
but there has been multiple situations. So how do you deal with that?
because people live everything that you see is not real. People look like they have money, and then you thinking because somebody is famous or because somebody is in the limelight, oh, they're gonna pay me. No, they don't. They'll curve you quicker than a person that's a 9-to-5er, because guess what? You could pull up to their job. I pull up to a person's job. Hey, where's my $500 from Friday?
I know that's right.
Feel me? But and then you kind of like you feel some type of way, like you don't. You're like, and you wait too long. So yeah.
But it's not right for people to use you because they're using their position to get to you to, the facade of I got it when they don't have it.
You know what I've learned? I have learned that I treat everybody the same. Mm-hmm. So first of all, I don't like doing bonds with people that I actually know, like friends, family, and stuff.
Yeah,
sometimes I refer them out to Annabelle, the lady that put me on back in the day. I refer to her because I don't want to deal with the liability. I don't want to deal with the drama. Yeah. I gotta go. I bond.
Well, you better come get me, bitch. Well, if I'm calling you, like I can't sit in there. I got a daughter to raise.
We know you got bond money, so it's a different story. But it's like I'm bonding my friends because my friends say sun out. Yeah. Now what do? I run up in her house.
Yeah.
Now we gotta run up.
It's hard. Yeah.
And it's
business
like,
and pleasure, business with family, business with friends. Yeah. It's hard to deal with sometimes.
But everybody uses everybody. But it just gets a lot more when you have money. People are always using me. They were using me for a ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I had a whip.
You had a recent video go viral that had like millions of hits on your page from one of your bonds. Tell us about that. It was like 6 million or something crazy. 4 million. That is crazy. Why did that video get so many hits? Let's talk about it, girl. It was funny. Hold up. Funny as hell, but tell us about it.
Because we were chasing a girl. We were looking for a girl. She was an influencer. And she was just giving, she was like, fuck you, and this and that. She liked to beat up her boyfriend, so she's always going to jail, beating up her boyfriend. And she didn't show up to court. And we were like, why didn't you, why didn't you show up to court? Oh, I forgot. And then, you know what I love? Do what you gotta do. Bitch, you want to tell me do what you gotta do?
But say how they got her, girl. This is so funny. They caught this girl running. Tell them where she was running.
She was on the dock, and someone told us she was on the pier taking pictures, selfies, or whatever. So we go out there. We happen to be, doing other stuff.
Right.
We go out there, and she starts running, but the wrong way, out to the water.
So she was gonna jump off the pier.
And I'm with my 2 bondsmen that and I'm like, so Leslie starts running. I said, girl, why are you running? Like, this girl cannot even go nowhere. What are you doing? So we run, and then she gets in the water, but you could get in the water and swim back in. So
right.
We're like, nah. We just had to prove a point. Like, girl, you are not gonna try us.
Friend, that video was hilarious.
And Leslie jumped in the water. We were like, she was like, B, you're up. I said,
Well, for those of you that want to watch that video, it is on her page. Tell us where they can find you on social media.
Instagram, MissB.TV.
And what's your website?
Miss B's Bail Bonds.
And don't you have a TV show coming out, friend? Yeah, y'all don't know about that. This is an exclusive. My friend has a new reality show that she is working on right now. I'll let her tell you a little more about it, but I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Tell us about your reality show.
It was in the making for a long time. Mm-hmm. We were just trying to find the right fit. It is a new show. It's going to be something like the sequel to Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Don't tell it all. Don't tell it all.
It's a bail bond show.
Yes, it is.
And it's going to be on A&E.
It's going to be big.
Yeah, we're set to film the pilot
very
soon.
There you go.
That's why I'm on a diet, y'all.
See, what we do over here, we speak on women empowerment. We allow you to promote whatever you have going on, and we just want to be here to support you. I appreciate you, friend, for coming on The Raw Heavy Truth. Thank you so much. If I ever go to jail, you better come get me.
You ain't going to jail. You go to jail, I'm crying. I might have to send somebody else.
I know, I don't be doing nothing. But thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate you. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We love to see all of your comments. And be sure to check out our sponsors, all right? It's your girl, Shay Johnson, signing out from The Raw Heavy Truth. Peace out.